listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by One Nation Fanwear. Check them out at onenationfanwear.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Raider Nation? Sure. What's happening, fellas? It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Who's not hyped after that, man?
Hey, you gotta get hyped, bro. Especially after a victory, man. You
Ooh.
got victory Monday. Kicking in. Look at that.
Woo.
That's why this hat hasn't came off yet. Because it was like, no, man, it was just it's like, just shut up, bro. Ain't no excuses. Accept it, all right?
Deal with it.
There's a whole lot of shit talking and ifs and buts and whatevers, and everyone's just salty, and I love it. Salados, bro.
The chat just said Kenny with no shades on is hard to get used to sometimes. Hey, I feel the same way, bruh. But these shades go on when the lights come on because these lights is bright. You could probably see them in the reflection right now. So I do wear my shades often. Light does bother me, but I don't normally wear shades indoors unless I'm in a bar in New York, which I got called out for. But there is a reason for this. It's very practical. I don't know how these guys here do it, but these lights are much too much.
Yeah, those lights are bright, man. Those lights are mad bright.
Hella bright.
And you saw the last episode, we were sweating like motherfuckers, and it had to do with those lights too.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even that warm that day, too.
No.
Not like your standard Gilroy, summer weather.
Nah, not at all.
That was just lights.
It was actually a pretty decent day, but those lights in that studio kick up an extra 10, 15 degrees.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Jay Steves, man, thanks for the props on the intro. We're going to keep that intro here on the Keys to the Game show. That was produced for our main show. We're having a hard time getting rid of that funky intro right now. So it's found a home here on Thursday night. We'll see if it moves. We'll see if it moves over. But for right now, we're going to keep it right where it's at. And we're just happy to be back in the studio on Sunday. So those of you that are joining us, we even on the post edit here on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you're listening, our Thursday shows are going to be done remotely. It's just easier for us to get together in the middle of the week. But we are going to continue to try to bring you live studio shows every Sunday as we had been in the past. So that's going to keep rolling. We want to keep these Thursday night shows quick hitters, if you will, about an hour an episode, which is going to give you our keys of the game, key matchups. We'll give you an update on the injury report. I'm sure most of you guys are already up on that already, but there's some talking points there. And I think also we added this week, what do I add to the outline here? Transactions. We'll go over some transactions, who was brought up, who was sent back to practice squad, things like that. So a lot of movement right now, not just with the silver and black, all around the NFL. Injuries abound. Bobby warned you guys when we did a season preview back in April, May, June, July, every month leading up to this, talking about no preseason and how that can affect everything. So we'll let Bobby talk about that a little bit here in a second. Let me just set the table. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at PillagingPod. You can also follow us on Instagram. You can like the Facebook page. We're rarely on Facebook, but you can go ahead and like the Facebook page. That'll help us out too. Make sure you smash that like button. Hey, if you've ever sold your CD collection to go to a Raiders game, smash that like button. If you've ever owned a CD, smash that like button. If you've ever watched old Raider games on VHS tape, smash that like button.
Ooh, if you've ever yelled at the screen at old VHS tapes at Ricky's, smash that like tape. I know I have many times.
If your pops had an 8-track player in the living room, smash that like button.
Yeah. If you've ever listened to the Pillaging Podcast, smash that like button. I should not have to say any more than that. So, but we
if you're listening to the Pillaging Podcast right now, smash that fucking like button. What are you doing?
Do it. Just a reminder, Che, within the 15 minutes, we need to watch the language. You dropped like 5 F-bombs already. So if we're not on YouTube next week, you can blame Che for that. No, I'm sure we'll be all right. Well, we're still trying to play by the rules, though. It's hard. It's hard. We like to cut loose, man. We're unfiltered, man. Like we've said before, us on the show, it's like us on the couch. Like we don't change a damn thing. So
those W's, bro.
And
W's
again,
got us hyped still.
Shout out to everyone that's been donating. We really appreciate that. We're building towards something. I've been telling you that for a while, but it's that big that it's taken this long to build towards it. So we got a lot of things in the works for you. Hopefully we can get them locked in before the end of the season. We'd like to do that. Also, as far as streaming goes, we're live on YouTube right now, but we're looking to expand that as well to other platforms. Again, stay tuned. More on that later. I'm going to kind of keep that generic right now. If you want to donate to the show, paypal.me/PJ4F, or you can donate right here in the YouTube chat if you are into the live show. I see a couple new viewers tonight that normally listen to the playback, but you're here live, so we appreciate you. Shout out to Infamous. You said it's your first time, so welcome, man. Welcome aboard. It's the same show, but it's a little more uncut. I guess you're going to get some behind the scenes stuff sometimes, more so on Sunday. This show's pretty cut and dry here on Thursday nights. Again, onenationfanwear.com. Make sure you check them out. A lot of cool stuff over there. Got the Pillaging Champion hat now. Got the Pillaging Champion shirt. Like the new Tecmo Bow hat. That's really nice. We'll get that stuff up on the screen too here later in the show so you can take a look at it. But in the meantime, go look for yourself, onenationfanwear.com. How come you haven't ordered anything yet? Once you do, you'll be hooked. Kiss your money goodbye. Your bank account sucks. Anyways, guys, how are you doing? You guys ready to get into it?
Yeah. Hey, let's get these drinks on our on here because your boy Bobby's going to be taking over for the Chelas segment.
Oh, nice crack, Bob.
Yes.
Nice crack.
I got this Alvarado Street Brewery My Thai PA. It's a tropical IPA, 6.5, brewed in Salinas, California. So shout out Salas.
Órale.
You know, because Alvarado Street do got some good beers.
Yeah, they do. Hell yeah.
I'll be taking over today because Che was being a busy man today, and some things unfortunately got left behind. But you know, your boy Bobby Wasabi always got one lurked around in the fridge, and oh yes, here it is. Look at that, nice and clear. A little hazy, but here goes.
Looks a little unfiltered. Just a tiny bit unfiltered. Nice golden color to it.
Oh snap! Oof. This is dangerously smooth. Yeah. I could drink that like right now, like completely.
Why was Bobby like
sentence?
This is dangerously smooth. Did you catch that, Jay? Oh my god, so smooth.
He's holding in that burp.
There was a little bit of foam.
Yeah, he's holding in that burp. Hey, you know what? Your boy doesn't have a chill out today because, like Bobby said, he forgot some things. But I took it up a notch. Pinky's out because your boy. He's got himself a vodka tonic tonight.
Oh wow!
You know, because I couldn't not have a drink of some kind. There has to be some kind of alcoholic beverage on this show. It just wouldn't be right if Chet was sitting here drinking some water or bullshit like that, man. Okay, so here we go, and it's delicious.
Pillaging.
Shout out to Mary Jane. Thanks for the donation, Mary Jane. We really appreciate that.
Salute.
Yeah. All right, fancy pants over there with your vodka tonic.
I
see you.
You just gotta drop. You're gonna have to put that drop in since Mary Jane just wants to come in here and drop donations all the time. You gotta put that drop in.
That Rick James. I'm with it. And we got to get that Samson Simpson drop in here because John Simpson's going to be doing big work this year. Let's get down to it, man. Let's get into some Raiders talk. I'm not going to judge you on the vodka tonic. Gin and tonic's one of my favorite drinks. Very refreshing. So enjoy that thoroughly. It's a good drink.
You work with what you got.
Oh, nothing wrong with the.
What you got, man.
Nothing wrong with
That's what I had in the fridge, bro.
Nothing wrong with the tonic mixer, man. It's a nice, clean classic.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a phone call. We're not going to do a lot of phone calls this week, but I think we should do one because Pete, Billie Jean Pete, hit me up. He said, I'm leaving a phone call. I don't care if you don't play it. I'm leaving a voicemail. There are other voicemails here, but we're just going to play this one because we don't want to get bogged down. And yeah.
I'm back after a self-provided suspension. Kenny JK, Brother Wasabi, what's up, baby? How's it going? This is Pete. God damn it, how about them Raiders, man? My bad, I crashed last Sunday. I wish I could have called in, but then I would have interrupted Raider Zan's beautiful, beautiful soliloquy. And just the conversation y'all had, really dug the shit out of it. But, man, I got to say something, and I'm not trying to be, this is going to be a little petulant, I don't need to be petty, but I tried to call in last Thursday, not call in, I left a voicemail. And I predicted the Saints to win just like Bobby, and I'm doing it again this week against these fucking fuckboy Pats. I hate them more than anybody. I can't let my anger get in the way, but I'm going to make a couple points like how I did when I called in last week, which is I said the Saints had no matchup for fucking Darren Waller. Guess who doesn't either? The Pats. Yeah, they got good corners that they can double them with, this, that, and the other thing, but it doesn't matter because the Saints tried the same thing against the guy that's built like a power forward and our tight end. And one more thing. If you think that we could run the ball against the Saints the way we did, guess what? Josh Jacobs is going to feast now more this week, maybe even more than he did in Carolina. Their front seven is about the exact same as Carolina's, if not way worse, y'all. They don't have two top-flight defensive ends. They don't have a good linebacking corps. We're going to win. Raiders cover 28-20. There we go. All right, y'all. That was a good one. Hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a good night. Check in with you on Sunday. Late.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of voicemails here that piled up through Monday night and through Tuesday. But we can't get to those now. Why do we play Pete's call? Because he's caller of the year, man. That's Mr. Nesty time right there.
Mr. Nesty time.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. Those are perks. Those are. Let's get into it.
So for all you pillagers out there, start getting those phone calls in there.
Bobby, let's have you lead this off, man. We're going to start off again with key matchups. We're going to go backwards to the outline. I'll fix that next week, I promise. But we're talking about key matchups, and then we'll talk keys to victory at the very end, and we'll give you the injury report. But Bobby, set it off. What's your key matchup in this game, man? We got the New England Patriots on a short week flying across the country.
Well,
it's good.
I mean, it's been out there in all the news talk and all the social media. Everyone's been over here just hooting and hollering about Bill Belichick and his sweater. And honestly, I feel like there's some cheesement to go to all that. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I've said this before, Gruden has never been the same after that cold, frosty night in New England. I don't care that he got his Tampa win or whatever the hell, his Tampa chip. That don't mean jack, dude. Gruden has never lived that down. And now he actually has a chance to go back and to actually correct the wrong that basically just changed everybody's whole time sphere. Like the line was supposed to go like this, but all of a sudden it trajected the way Doc Brown was explaining to Marty. It was one of those type of deals, man. And this whole that whole thing, where it was on that night that just basically haunts Gruden. And yeah, we all know that zebras, they conspire against us, but I mean, come on, it still didn't mean nothing when Gruden over here had to work beyond that, beyond that call, try to figure out something. So honestly, I feel like this is his redemption song right here, man. This is the only way that he is actually going to be able to show everybody else, and more importantly, show himself that he actually can do something. Belichick,
and look at Bill, man. Bill thought this was going to be a cakewalk, and he knows Gruden's coming for him, bro. He watched Monday Night Football. He hasn't slept in like 4 days, bro. Look at this man. He's straight shook now, dog.
The one thing that Belichick has going for him is that he actually has a QB, that don't got no, newborn baby giraffe legs over here, so he could actually, run for a couple yards or whatever. But that support structure that was once there before, it's not what it was, man. And honestly, it comes a point to where all this talent that you have groomed is going to say, you know what? I'm worth a lot more than I'm getting paid right now and right here. So, they go out to other places, man. They find greener pastures. And that's just the effect. And everybody was saying that, it's because, Belichick is such a great mind. But as you notice, it wasn't such a great start off on that game one. Mm-hmm. It was a little bit shaky. On the game two. Game one as well, it was kind of shaky as well. But game two just basically proved it that they don't really got much going on right there besides their leading rusher, Cam Newton. That's all they really have. And so Chucky knows that that's all that Belichick got going for him. He don't really got nothing else outside of that. So he has to find a way to outwit him, to outsmart him, man. And he has to bust out with those plays that supposedly he has this whole giant phone book, stacked up with plays, with trick plays and all that. It's like, this is the time to see it right now. Now that he actually has the weapons that he could actually move people around. He actually has people that are fast enough to get down the field, to stretch the field, to open up the box and all that. He can make it happen. So I feel like this is the time right now where, Chucky's going to pull a whole W out of his sleeve again, because it's not what it was before. The era of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is done. Now it's just Bill Belichick and the Pats. And so this whole history that they've had before isn't the same as it is now. So it's a whole new clean slate, man. And honestly, I feel like we're out there we're gonna get this W, and nothing would make me happier to see us not just with the W, but to see Cam Newton wearing Bill Belichick's sweater on that press conference. Mr. Always dressing nice. I want to see him wearing that. It's like, you know what? I lost, and this is how bad I feel. I'm wearing this sweater right now. And honestly, that's going to be one of the biggest matchups right there, dude. It's going to be Belichick and Gruden. Yeah, the players are going to be getting down out there. It is going to be, the defense, squaring up against Cam. But in reality, it's just going to be those two minds right there, dude. Those powerhouses, man. And I can't wait to see Belichick even more sadder than what he is now.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And I think you're going to start to see some more wrinkles in this playbook. We saw some last week, and slowly as the season unfolds, it's going to unfurl even more. You're going to see more Ruggs, you're going to see more Edwards, and especially with guys banged up this week. So I think you're right, man. I think John's going to be looking to stick it to Bill Belichick this week. That's got to be in his craw. I know it's not a playoff game and all that, but hey, it's the Patriots in New England, and they've been declawed, so to speak. Now, they're still dangerous. The Patriots going to win games this year, but John Gruden is licking his chops right now. This has been circled on his calendar since the schedule came out. Guaranteed.
And I said this before, man. It's going to be, obviously, every game is important, but to John Gruden, it's definitely going to be the New England game and the Tampa game. Why? Because he's going to bring it to the two motherfuckers. We're past the 15, right?
Yeah.
He's going to bring it to the two motherfuckers.
He blew that out the water, man. Come on.
Cool. There you go. See, so fuck that, dude. He's going to be looking to put the hurt into them, dude. So shit.
Great work, Bobby. Great work. Che, why don't you take next, man? What's your key matchup in this game?
My key matchup, man, is the Raiders D line versus Cam Newton. Okay, and that is the bottom line, man. Like Bobby just told you, Cam Newton is everything for their offense. There's very little that they got going on outside of Cam Newton. Okay, so the Raiders D line has to set that edge, bro. Okay. There shouldn't be Cam Newton just being able to run wild off to the sidelines and on the outside. That shouldn't be happening. Mm-hmm. Got to contain him, keep him bottled up. That being said, that doesn't mean that we just go after him and create big, giant gaps in the center of the line, because he'll fucking take that shit too. Yeah. He will run that shit right down the middle. Cam Newton is a big motherfucking man, and for years we saw him run motherfuckers over, okay? And then he started getting injured, and then we started seeing less of that, right? We started seeing less of that, man, and we started seeing the kind of a downside to Cam Newton. where everybody was like, he's washed up. And that's the reason why Carolina let him go. They're like, hey, he's washed up. And now he shows up in New England, and he looks like a renewed man. Okay, he's doing a little bit of what the Cam of old used to do. Obviously, with a better coach, better coaching, and better team play. He's been able to have some success. But like I said, he's the only thing they got going for him. So if you know by now, like I can't remember the last time the Patriots had a great running back. Like, when's the last time the Patriots had a great running back? Name a great running back that they had. Somebody that just like was unstoppable. They haven't had a running back that stands out that you say, oh, that's a top 5 guy, or that's a guy that's like, oh, watch out for that guy. They don't hurt you that way. If they hurt you, it's by committee, and they very rarely hurt you with the run. Not until like December or the playoffs, and then start pounding the rock. Yeah, but like you said, it's by committee. Yeah, it's by committee, and like I said, it's not their strength. It usually is not their strength. They slowly build up to that late in the season, because obviously late in the season is when you need to start running the ball, right? Cold weather, rainy weather, especially in New England. You got snow and all kinds of other shit going on. You don't want to throw the ball. You don't want to throw the ball that much, right? So you're going to run the ball by force, right? You have to. But they don't have great running backs, and they don't have one right now. And that's why Cam is so important to them, because he is their running back. Mm-hmm. He is the best running back they have. So if you shut down Cam's ability to fucking run the ball, and you force him to make plays with his hands, okay? He's got to make plays with his arm. If we force him to make plays with his arm, then I think we're going to be in very, very good position, and we might be blowing these guys out, because a Cam Newton who has to take time to make a decision and make the decision with his arm is way more beneficial to us than any other Cam Newton, right? A Cam Newton that's scrambling, who's running around, who's stretching plays and that kind of stuff, that Cam Newton hurts us. Or the Cam Newton that's sitting in the pocket waiting, he's gonna fucking do something stupid, or he's gonna get sacked. And that's exactly what the Raiders have to do. So we know that his number one target is Julian Edelman. Okay? You go back to last week, and I think Julian Edelman had like 170 something fucking yards, right? Mm-hmm. His favorite target by far, and he's been his favorite target over the first 2 games. If you hit that little motherfucker, just punch him in his mouth, okay? Julian Edelman is all about 5 foot whatever, bro, okay? There's no reason why the Raider linebackers and the safeties should not just be putting a mollywop on Julian Edelman. That being said, that motherfucker's been in the league for how long, and he knows how to stay alive, right? So it's not going to be easy. But any chance that you get to put just put a hit on that dude, you need to hit him. He's playing the slot, which means he's going to be working inside a lot of times. You need to hit that motherfucker in the mouth, okay? So that way, when it's time to go to him, he's not there, or he's not capable of playing his top ability for the whole game. You eliminate his number one receiver, you keep him bottled up, and then he's got to make choices with the people that he don't really trust. And I like that. That means picks, bro. That means an interception. That means a sack. Okay, and that's how the Raiders defense is gonna get sacks. I don't want them to like just bull rush and try to get to him, because that's how that D line starts to spread open and break up, and then you got the problem of him taking off.
Yeah, I mean, but he's also spreading it around. I mean, Edelman and Keel Harry both had 8 receptions on Sunday. Edelman's output was double that of Harry, though, to be fair. And then Bird, the tight end, right? He's been in the mix as well for them. So those 3 guys. But you're right. I think Edelman probably the biggest threat out of the 3 of those. And I mean, he's got the output, so the target's on Edelman's back. Absolutely right, 100%.
The point that I'm trying to make, though, is that if you look at the points that they're putting on the board when they're getting touchdowns, very few of those are coming through the air. Okay, so you got a lot of Cam running them in himself, or they get all the way down to the goal line and then they maybe run a little cheap one in, right? I think he only has like a couple passing touchdowns, if that, through the first 2 games, and he has like 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns. So if you're gonna get hurt, you gotta force him to hurt you with his arm and through the air. That doesn't mean that we're just gonna completely nullify him.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's gonna make some plays. You look at his passing yards; they're up there, right? He's gonna get some plays.
Yeah, they threw the ball 44 times on Sunday. I mean, they know they got no run game. I think Sony Michel ran for 19 yards. You had Cam Newton with 47 on 11 carries. 11 carries by the quarterback. The total output 67 yards. That ain't shit. And on the other side of the ball, they gave up 150 yards rushing to the Seahawks, plus 5 touchdowns by Russell Wilson. So, we talk a lot about the Patriots offense, but Belichick is in charge of that defense, and they're not doing crap this year either. So,
well, that's all good for us.
That's all good.
But that's it, man. Hey, that's my key matchup for this game, man. And Mad Max, if that guy comes your way, bro, I expect you to run his ass down. All right, I expect you to run his ass down.
So one follow up question for you, Che. Who's going to spy Cam Newton on Sunday? Got to have an eyeball on him. Who's it going to be?
Well, I think that responsibility needs to fall on our two best. Well, on our best tackler / hitter, Jonathan Abram. Okay, spying when he comes down, either bring him into the box or whatever that may be, whatever coverage they decide to call. And Littleton. Hey, listen, Littleton, you were brought over because we expected you to come and solidify our defense. We were like, we need a solid linebacker. Littleton, you were doing your thing over while you were part of the Rams. So you were brought over because we saw you as the talent and a person that could elevate this defense. Okay, through 2 games, we haven't seen anything that just makes us go, this is why we brought this guy over. Okay, so I expect you to change that this week. Okay, and it comes in the form of making sure that Cam Newton doesn't go nowhere.
Uh-huh.
All right, so those are my 2 guys. Those are my 2 guys to look for to be spying on Cam Newton, and I think that they're both very capable of doing that.
Yeah, and watch Max Crosby on the edge. He's gonna have an eyeball on Cam Newton too. It's not common, but you can't have a D-line spy. It can't happen. So again, like we saw in week 1, where this line was really just trying to push and stand guys up and not get out of position. I'm looking for our line to do the same thing this week. I know people are dying for more productivity from our defensive line. They want to see more sacks. Before the show, Che, you said it. This is going to be another low sack game. Hell, this might be a no sack game. But if you just stop the run and do everything that Che just said, and Gruden's got the game plan like Bobby just said, I mean, things are starting to look really good for the Raiders. One thing I want to pump the brakes on, though, with people, I mean, I know everyone's really excited that Monday night game went the way it did. I know I am, but, Monday was 3 days ago, and that game's over now. This team now on a short week has to fly all the way across the country and play the Patriots in Gillette Stadium. So, it's a whole different ball game, and teams around the league rarely repeat their performance week to week. Only the top tier, only the elite. We don't know if the Raiders are there yet. We'd like to say that after Monday night. We'd like to say that after squeaking out a win in Carolina week 1. But how many times have we seen this Raiders team come out, pull an upset, put a great game together, and then shit the bed the next week? So, just be real careful going into this game. Too optimistic, Raiders fans. I'm very superstitious, so I feel like the way you feel has some sort of effect on the output. So let's treat this game like we're players on this team, and let's not get over our skis, and let's stay focused, man. The Patriots are still a viable contender, and Belichick's no slouch as a coach. Cam Newton is showing he is revitalized. He is a playmaker, and it's on us to travel across the country on a short week. So that will tax people, especially with all these injuries that we got right now. Why was Waller kept out of? Well, I'm getting ahead of ourselves, but why was Waller kept out of practice? Jacobs kept out of practice. Why? Because flight has a dramatic effect on your body and your immune system and everything else. Anyone that's ever flown, you just know when you step off that plane, you're not 100% and you can't figure it out. You've done nothing but sit still for 4 hours and you feel like you walked to New England. You know what I mean? It's the effect that an airline flight will have on you. So, and imagine doing that with injury. Bobby, you've been trying to get a word in here. I'm sorry, man. What did you want to say?
No, I was just hiccuping though. If anything,
my bad.
that was just the hiccups right there, dog. If anything, no, but yeah, it's like I said, even though Belichick may not have the same weapons as before, I mean, he's still Belichick, man. He still has that mind, and as long as he has weapons and people that could, produce what he can come up with, they'll be able to pull up those W's. So this ain't no easy W right here, man. And it should never be taken that way. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's the last team in the league. We should never look at it that way because, there's always those games that they just, catch you slipping and then they just completely humiliate you. And all of a sudden the high that the whole team was facing, that the whole team was actually experiencing now becomes something that's like, well, where were you at? Well, what about this? And what about that? And all of a sudden, the cracks can start developing or whatever. So if anything, we just need positivity right here, man, as much as we can.
Yeah.
And even though we do have some injured players, the players that are there, they're demonstrating that they actually can, that there's a reason why they're in this profession. And there's a reason why they're in the NFL, because they step it up quickness.
So just kind of a bonus key to victory. We're not even there yet, but I'm going to throw it out since we're on the topic. Is don't come out flat, because we've seen it happen time and time again. This Raiders team comes out flat on Sunday. That's an L. You're not going to win. You're not going to beat a Bill Belichick team without trying. They're not 100%. They're not the Patriots of last year, but they're still a Belichick coach team, and they're going to be ready to play in their home stadium with no fans. Sad, but true. Anyways, let me give you my key matchup. Che talked about, what it's going to take on defense. And Bobby talked about the coaching strategy. One guy we haven't mentioned yet was Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore, Defensive Player of the Year last year. Has not done shit this year. Last week, got into it with DK Metcalf. Metcalf straight punked him. I mean, all game. Punked him. They got into that scrap on the sideline. Comments were made about Gilmore's, post-game speech. I thought he held it together pretty well. I think he said what needed to be said. I don't think he was taking shots on anybody, but, Metcalf was definitely up under his collar. That's for sure. So, that's something to look at here. Derek Carr's been sharp. He's been playing clean. He's got that nice stat line. And, we're a little banged up coming out. So, Gilmore's coming into this game with a chip on his shoulder. He's got a lot to prove. He's pissed off. Belichick is on this team after that performance last week. Just what they gave up on the ground alone. Belichick's not going to stand for that. So just like I said, the Raiders may not repeat what they did last week. Well, don't expect the Patriots to do the same. So my key matchup is our wide receivers versus Gilmore. He's going to move around. We got two youngsters on the outside. We got Edwards. He's a little banged up. Ruggs is a little banged up. They both appeared on the limited list today. We've seen Ruggs and Edwards make some plays. They've had solid contributions thus far, especially this last Monday night. But have they had that coming out game yet? Have they had that breakout game yet? No, they haven't. They haven't made that highlight reel yet, but I think they've shown us all that they're capable of doing so. It's bubbling right below the surface for both of those guys. They were inches away from breaking one. Edwards on that comeback route and go, that was incredible, and that was clutch. I want to see that go for 50 yards, and I know he can do it. So Gilmore coming in here with something to prove. I think he, maybe force it, man. Force the issue. Put this guy on blast. Keep it rolling. Make Gilmore cry, bro. Snatch his chain up. Do something, man. Talk shit about his mom. Prank call his grandma at halftime, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you can mentally to get inside that dude's head, because he's reeling right now. Keep him on the back foot. I say that's a key matchup in this game. He's been overlooked. Again, Defensive Player of the Year last year. Where's he at right now? Let's keep him there. Let's keep him on the skids. That's my key matchup of this game.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's move on to keys to victory. Let's keep the same order going. Bobby, lead us off with your key to victory for Sunday.
Ooh. Alrighty. Well, all I gotta say is that Raider Nation was very optimistic. All right, now this is gonna sound kind of weird, all right, but just go with me. Raider Nation was very optimistic when we drafted Lynn Bowden, because of the fact that the young man can wear multiple hats. versatility has become one of the key focal points of Raider Nation. And it's actually, it was proven last week when we had, or not last week, but the week before, when we had a guard filling in for tackle, and not just filling in, but excelling at that position, to the point where it's like, well, do we really even need the guy that's there? Versatility is something that's very, very important. A player that can fill many spots is what we needed. And that's what Bowden could have been for us. And he didn't, because he really wasn't around and it just didn't fit in. But in reality, we never really needed him. We always had that Swiss Army knife. And it didn't need to cost us a 3rd-round pick. It actually was an undrafted free agent in the name of Alec Ingold.
Bang.
Now, that's all I got to say right there. That cat, last week, Gruden was able to exploit the fact that Ingold still gets no respect, dude. He's Rodney Dangerfield of NFL, man. He still gets no respect, dude. And the reason why is because he was able to sneak past the Saints defense and was able to get that TD. Now, you have to remember, dude, is that Alec Ingold can be very, very sneaky because all eyes are always on Josh Jacobs.
You underestimate his sneakiness.
Bam.
And that was brilliant play design, right? I mean, playing right to what you're saying. Like, not only was it Ingold with the hands and making that catch, which other fullbacks they may make that look more difficult than it was, but the whole thing behind that play was just a thing of beauty. It was John Gruden at his finest, and execution, man. That was John Ritchie all day right there, Alec Ingold.
It's just, it's like I said, it's Gruden's little trick plays that we've been hearing about that they just haven't had all the pieces to kind of put everything together. And honestly, I feel like this week is going to be the week where we're going to see a lot more Ingold, especially because of that. Like I said, there's going to be more eyes on Josh Jacobs trying to slow his down, because we all know that's what Belichick does. Belichick likes to stop what your strength is. Your strength is a running game. We're going to slow that down. And they're going to obviously try to have all eyes on Jacobs. Mm-hmm. So Ingold is going to be right there. And you have to remember, dude, last year, Ingold had 10 attempts for 17 yards rushing, and he had 7 first downs. And on the air, reception yards, he had 6 attempts for 44 receiving yards and 4 first downs and 1 touchdown per profootballreference.com. Mm. So as you can see right now, he's already filled up the 1 touchdown requirement, and it's already game 2. The yardage is starting to stack up. Maybe not so much in the in the run game, but he is out there, catching the ball, and he will get you those first downs, those hard-nosed first downs where we want to make sure that Josh Jacobs stays healthy. That's where Alec Ingold comes in. So you will see a lot more of Alec Ingold out there, honestly, I feel, because, Gruden feels like I said, this is the time to pull out, not all the stops, not all the trick plays, because, we still got to, go up against Kansas City. We still got some other names out there that we got to go up. We still got to clean house in our division. So he can't show off the whole assortment of plays that he has. But this is it where he actually starts, showing off all those little sneaky plays and whatnot. So get it, Chucky. Alec Ingold, that's the man right there that's going to make it happen. That's the key to victory.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, you know what, man? To that point, we all know when your boy John Ritchie and your boy Zach Crockett were in the house, we all know how much John Gruden loved to use those guys, So the fullback has always been an integral part of the John Gruden offense, man. So I think that's a great point, man. And you're right, man. Why didn't we think about the versatility that Alec Ingold brings? Because we know he blocks. We know he can open up those holes for Josh Jacobs, catch the ball, and as you can see, he scored, bro. We look forward to that. Hell yeah.
And you know what? Like I said, dude, use that Rodney Dangerfield no respect card. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just gonna cut in, bam, touchdown right there, dog.
Hell yeah.
My wife, she helps me to get off. I get on, she says, "Get off." I get no respect. That's a terrible impression. My streak continues of just barely good enough impressions. My key to victory, man. So the Raiders defense, they're young, they're inexperienced, they're shit at tackling right now. There's like 3 guys on the field that can lay some wood. It's going to come together throughout the season. But until then, hold on really quick.
Pillaging.
Shout out to Silky Slim, man. Thank you for the donation, $19.99. Very generous. Appreciate that.
Chill.
Keeping our barrels full of rum or vodka tonics. Chase empty. It's tapped out. Time to get another one.
Empty, bro.
Those tonics,
Tapped
man,
out. I need a new one.
they're addicting. They go. When we were in Vegas, I was gin and tonics all day, bro.
It's that pinky, man. It helps you slam them back easier.
That's right. It's balance, bro.
It's an aerodynamic drink with the pinky.
It keeps me balanced, bro. Keeps
So-
me balanced.
With an inexperienced defense, how did we stay in the win column? It's been our offense, right? The last 2 weeks, the Raiders have put 30-plus points on the board. 2 weeks in a row. The first 2 weeks of the season, nobody really saw that coming. All of us hoped for it. All of us thought it could happen. Did anybody really believe it would? Not until we see it, right? Not until we see it. We've seen it now 2 weeks in a row. So that trend must continue. Not only to beat the Patriots, but to carry that momentum with a capital M. Momentum. Momentum. Because we still got to go into Buffalo at home. Then we got to go into the heart, the den of the lion against Kansas City in week 5. And that's the game everybody's waiting for, right? That's the litmus test. The Broncos are shit right now. They're banged up. The Chargers, Jen already told you, they can't do nothing right. It's up to us, man. Somebody's got to dethrone these guys. We're 2-0, nearly 70 points on the season already. I don't see why we can't at this point. We got to be believing in ourselves, but it starts this week by beating the Patriots and carrying that streak over to 3-1. Keep the pressure on the Chiefs. Let them know, hey, we're right here on the doorstep with you. You're tied for first place right now. You don't own this division right now, right? You still got to go through us. Turn the tables on them was what I'm trying to say. So, how are we going to get it done though? What's the key to the game? Last week, I already told you the Patriots gave up 150 yards to the Seahawks. You got to pound the rock again. And I've been saying that, and I know sometimes y'all think it's boring, but y'all love Josh Jacobs at the same time. You like to see this kid do work. But there's another guy in that backfield that we haven't been able to sing praises for a while, and we were going to shit on him last week, right? He was a recycling player of the game, Jalen Richard. Why? Fumbled that ball. Key moment. We thought this is the moment when the momentum swings. The Raiders shit the bed again, and we let one slip right through our fingers. We had the Saints. Well, you know what? Richard had other plans. Comes back with that big scamper all the way into the end zone. That was highlight reel, man. Highlight reel play. Jalen Richard doesn't get involved often, but when he does, he makes an impact. We need to see more Richard. Jacob's banged up with the hip right now. He's going to play. He's going to play. But we saw this movie last year. He got 27 carries last week, 24 carries in the first week. He's probably going to get another 23, 25 carries this week. But lighten the load on him. Alec Ingold, Bobby, what he told you about. Jalen Richard, I want to see more of this guy. I think he's worked his way back in the offense with that one play alone. And Jalen Richard's pass pro is already solid, so he's got a spot on this roster for that reason and that reason alone. Devontae Booker, haven't seen much from him, but you know what? When he's touched the ball or gets the look, he doesn't blow it, man. Devontae Booker's been right there. He's done everything they've asked him to do when they've asked him to do it. The running back position in the NFL is a rhythm position. So coming off the bench like that in spot duty, that's tough. That's hard on a guy. So Devontae Booker, even though he's a former Bronco, fuck the Broncos, we're going to need him a little bit this week too. So I'm looking at 3 to 5 carries for Booker. He's been catching balls out the backfield. Let's keep that alive. Maybe, and that's another key too, is not just pounding the rock, but get Josh Jacobs in space. He's shown you he can catch the ball. Not only can he catch the ball, he can catch difficult balls as well. We've seen him turn and grab that rock as well. So Jacobs, I think, has been ready to catch balls out the backfield. It's about John Gruden having that trust in Jacobs and making sure he's good in pass protection. And it looks like Josh Jacobs is up for the challenge. So again, 150 yards allowed to the Seahawks last week. Now, just like I said, are they going to repeat that performance? I don't think so. I think Bill Belichick's pissed off. But 98 yards, 100 yards on the ground has been enough for Josh Jacobs to take over a game. You swear to God the kid ran for 175 yards last week, but he didn't. We controlled the clock. We ate up that third quarter, and that's what we're going to have to do. Keep Cam Newton off the field. I know that you might think this is like a mail-it-in take or a mail-it-in key to the game, because you can use this in any football game, but just look at the way it stacks up. Look at the competition. Look who we're going up against, and look at the trend. We got to carry it into New England, man. And when you're, again, short week, traveling across the country, that passing game is all about timing. It's all about connection. If you want to avoid any hiccups or sloppy play, hey, pound that rock. Josh Jacobs can run the ball in any state, in any city, coming off any road trip. It don't matter. Give him the ball, let him smash through. So yeah, Jacobs again, 27 carries, 46 yards after contact last week. No wonder this kid is in the ice tub right now. 46 yards after contact. That's like nearly half of his production from last week came after smashing somebody in the fucking mouth. So that's Raider football right there. Marshawn Lynch will tell you. You know what I'm saying? But despite what I was going to say here, on offense for New England, Che already told you Cam Newton's the biggest threat. I guess I'm going to end this by saying, yeah, defense wins championships, but in week 3, offense gets the victory, man. Outscore these motherfuckers. My prediction for the game, and we'll run this right back through the crew, this is going to be the first big win of the season. I'm talking about margin. I see the Patriots putting up no more than 2 touchdowns. I'll spot them 2 field goals because they'll move the ball enough to get in the uprights. But the Raiders win this game 31-20, and that's all she wrote. Che, what's your score prediction for Sunday, man?
That, man?
What's your score prediction?
Well, let me get to my key to victory, bro. I didn't really share my key to victory. I was commenting on Bobby's key to victory.
My bad. I was ready to go, bro. I'm shot out of the cannon right now.
No, I know.
I'm on like 3 cups of coffee and a Diet Mountain Dew into this, bro. Let's go.
Hey,
let's go.
It's all good, man. That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, Kenny's ready to run into fucking camera cranes, dog.
Yo,
he's about to smash that motherfucker.
I'm staring in the camera so hard. Don't be surprised if my sunglasses just shatter, bro, from the sheer focus right now, dude.
It's gonna be like that one dude
Born in East LA. Remember that?
Scene that I'm talking about at the beginning of Born in East LA, with the dude that looks like homie from Cameo.
Yeah, dude. Looking like Blackman, bro. Larry Blackman, dude.
Like Larry Blackman, bro.
That's it.
That girl walks by in the green dress. Boom.
It's bad.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that's one of my favorite fucking movies.
Get behind
that
me.
movie.
Hell yeah. Shout out Larry Black.
Hey, that's what Allegingo needs to be saying to Josh Jacobs on Sunday. Get behind me.
Yeah.
Start calling Josh.
Hey, but no.
Start calling Alec Eagle fail, dog, or what?
Fail.
Fail.
Anything I want?
Hey.
Anything? Shit. But anyways, man, let me get to this key to the game. Listen, I'm not bringing anything absolutely new to the table. I agree with the fellas. We got to run the ball. I mean, that's what we've done best. Okay, over the past 2 games, the Raiders have done best is run the ball down defensive throats. Okay, smash mouth football, bro. Get up in their faces. Let your hogs do the work and pound them and really just wear this defense out, man. Because look, you saw the Saints defense was playing okay. Like their defense was playing pretty well early on in the game. But you know what, man? After a little while of having the ball just smashed into you, yeah, you might slow Jacobs down on 1 carry. Yeah, you might take on a block from Incognito a couple times and be like, I held my own. But do that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more times, and you're going to probably be like, I think I'm getting tired.
We've seen teams do it, right? Like run the ball on first down. Hey, we held him to 3. Yep. Good job. Yep. Run the ball on second down. Yep. 4 yards. Okay, he didn't break one. Now it's 3rd and 3. Run the ball again. It's first down. And like, fuck. Mm-hmm. There's 3 yards in a cloud of dust thing's going to be a problem today.
And I think to that point, Gruden did that on that very first series, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ran the ball and they shut Jacobs down. Like they're like ready for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did Gruden do? He ran it 2 more fucking times and got a fucking first down.
And then
right?
ran the
It's
ball
like,
again.
Okay, this is what. Yeah, expect that. Okay, that's the kind of offense that the Raiders want to run. They want to hit you in the mouth. They want to play some smash mouth. They want to bully you. Okay, and I'm all for that. That's old school mentality. That's old school football. But that is also what's going to open up everything else in our offense. Okay, it's what allows us to get guys like Zay Jones the ball. It's what allows us to get a Foster Moreau getting loose, on the outside for a catch, because it's what they don't expect.
Yeah,
they expect you to hand the ball to their main guy, who's the biggest weapon, Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller. Okay, that's who they're going to be keyed in on. But that being said, we still have to go to those guys. Okay, Darren Waller is the next part of that key of the key to victory, bro. Is staying with Darren Waller. Don't just say, oh, well, they're going to be prepared for him and they're going to try to shut him down, so let's just get cute and go somewhere else. No, you stick with your guy. Why? Because that motherfucker is elite. Darren Waller is a one-of-a-kind fucking player.
Yep.
He, hands down, is already showing that he's probably the number one tight end in the league. And I know a lot of fucking Niner fans and KC fans are probably like, oh, but I don't give a shit, because he's much better than your fucking tight ends. I said it. So what? Come see me. All right? That motherfucker can play ball. And what Gruden said is that what people don't give him credit for is that he's actually good within pass blocking. Like, in his pass blocking, he's fucking really, really good, right? He doesn't get any credit for that. Why? Because he's fucking fast and he's explosive and he makes these gigantic plays that everyone forgets that he's in 90% of the game, bro. Like, he never comes out. He's every down tight end. Okay, they bring other tight ends in, but he never comes out. When did you guys see him leave the game? You don't see him come out of the game, right? So that lets you know that he's a complete tight end. So what do you got to do with this guy? You know Belichick's going to be ready for him. They're probably going to try to send double teams his way and all kinds of weird shit, right? They're not going to allow him to just run wild on him, but you got to be creative with it. And that's what we've been doing. Spread him out, put him on the outside, put him in the slot, put him – shit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an end around with Waller here in this, in this game, because you can use him any kind of fucking way you want, and the dude is going to excel and he's going to make something happen.
Like John Gruden likes to say, he's a football player. He's not just a tight end. He's a football player.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's it. And he's one of the best. By far, he's one of the best talents in this league, not just this team, in this league. So you got to find ways to get the man the ball regardless of whether or not the defense is going to be ready for him, right? That being said, expect those double teams. Expect them to be so keyed in on him that's going to open up some other areas, Derek Carr. So Derek Carr, that's where you become an integral part of this, is because once you see that they're keyed on your guy and you see double teams, that should tell you somebody's going to be open. Somebody else is going to be there. Yep. And it's up to you, my friend, to find those open men and make those motherfuckers pay every time. Make them pay. All right. That's my key on offense. Now on defense, I'm just going to reiterate what I said. Do not let Cam beat you with his legs. Make him beat you with his arms. Okay. If that motherfucker has a 40, 50, 60 yard running game, then that's not good for us. It's not good for us. We don't want to see Cam running the ball into the end zone. We don't want to see him breaking off a big 20, 30-yard run. That shit is going to break our defense's back. If we could keep him bottled up and keep him from making those big elongated plays, keeping series alive, right? We don't want him to break off some fucking like 3rd and 10 for a first down. Like that just knocks the wind out of you, right? So you want to keep him bottled up, force him to beat you with his arm. Yes, he's put up a lot of yards, but hey, do it again. Let me see you do it again, right?
Here's my hot take.
That little motherfucker.
Here's my hot take prediction. Damon Arnett
gets
his first interception of his career. Hot take.
I like that.
Damon Arnett was flying all over the field last week. Take some, leave some, but the dude was out there with passion, dude. He had a fire under his ass.
Yeah.
And
Damon Arnett grew up in game 1. In game 2, he was a football player.
Hey, you know what?
And game 3, he's gonna make that shit happen.
Playmaker.
He's gonna be an experienced football player.
Yep.
I like that. Hey, you know what? I have to agree with that, dog. The thing that stood out to me, and I just kind of forgot to mention it, was in that game, we've become accustomed to seeing in the first two games Abram flying all over the field and being at the point of attack, being at the ball. Like in almost every fucking play, he's around the ball, right? In game 2, I saw a lot of that from Arnett. It was fucking almost him and Abram racing to be first, right? They were almost like they were 1 and 2. I mean, the fucking play where Abram went into the goddamn crane, they were 1 and 2, and Arnett almost took his goddamn head off on the front of that fucking crane. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of play we want to see from this young man. I think Abram's play is rubbing off on the other DBs because he's so fucking, he's after it. He gets after it, man. He's so active in terms of getting to the ball, trying to be in every single play, that it's making the other guys say like, yo, I need to step my game up. It's not just okay for me to like, keep my guy from breaking a play or keep him from catching the ball. I need to get to the ball too.
Yeah, and we said it on draft day, man. We said it on draft day. Arnett is going to be an exciting player. He's going to be an exciting player to watch.
Oh, and injury update: the crane has been ruled out for 3 weeks. It's on IR right now. So just FYI.
Yeah, that's another key to victory is make sure you lock up the camera crane, man. Like, don't let that come into play. You want to bottle up the camera crane, man. Don't let it affect the outcome of this game.
You know what you did, camera crew. You were out here spying on us and shit.
Yeah. Don't hit that dude with the big clear bubble on the sideline either. The sound dude with the big see-through shield. Stay away from him too, bro. Because I don't trust that dude. Che, give us your score prediction, man, and then we'll get Bobby's, and then we'll move on to the injury report.
Listen, we all predicted this game as a win, and that's not changing. This isn't gonna be like a walk. We're not just gonna walk over the Patriots, but I expect us to beat them, and I expect us to pull away in the second half because of all the keys that we just mentioned. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Raiders score 30 plus points for a third week in a row. Okay, I'm gonna give them a 32, to 21 victory, bro.
Nice. 11-point spread. There it is again. Bobby, what's your prediction?
I say that Daniel Carlson is actually going to start working at this one. So if it's going to be 20 to 29. We going to win it.
I like that. I feel like we might be a little high, being this is a road game on a short week.
I'm always a little high.
Yeah, you're a lot high, bro. You're like Bobby's nickname is Spirit Airlines because he's really high and nobody feels comfortable with the way he's driving. There's no pretzels on that flight, bro. Oh man, it could be a lower scoring affair, but I do have the Raiders coming out on top on this either way. I think our offense is too much for them, man. I don't see the Patriots stopping us. I think that they're going to get some of theirs, but I think at the end of the day, the offensive production, if we can carry at least a bit of that over, there's going to be too much for the Patriots, man. I just don't see them. That defense just ain't hooking up yet. So let's move on to the injury report. So this is a Thursday injury report. We'll just go through it really quick. On the New England side, center David Andrews did not participate from his hand. Running back James White, obviously everyone knows the story there. Thoughts go out to James White's family. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it. Limited availability. Defensive lineman Adam Butler, Brandon Copeland, linebacker, defensive back Kyle Duggar, wide receiver Julian Edelman, wide receiver N'Keal Harry, linebacker Josh Uche. Josh. I want to call him Josh Buche. That's what I want to call him because Buche is delicious. But it's very similar to what the Raiders got going on, right? Raiders got a lot of guys limited this week. I mean, look around the league, man. This is not just our team. People are getting nicked up really bad. Look at our division. Look at our former Bay Area rivalry. They got banged up hard last week. So, Bobby, you called it, man. I'll say it again. I'm going to keep giving you credit. You called it. We even did the research on this. Shortened season, no preseason or whatever. How does it affect injury? It didn't seem too out of the ordinary when we looked at the stats. But right now, it's definitely looking that way. So even though the history didn't say so, right now it's looking like it. And maybe it's not even so much just preseason, but the fact is, the training camp was very limited as well, and all of that. The conditioning, everyone was kind of on their own. That I think that loom was even larger than not having a preseason. Is all that conditioning, all that off-season training. Guys were left out on their own to do this stuff, and you get the lonjas in the off-season. Hey, that's going to hurt you in the regular season. And I got them too this off-season, man. That COVID-19, I gained like COVID 25, bro. I gained the COVID 15, bro.
Hey, but at least we're not getting cut, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog? We're still part of the crew. We're still part of the starting lineup. Man.
We're here, bro. They're not trading us away.
I'm saying that's right, PJ Flojas.
PJ Flojas. All right, so on the Raiders side, did not participate with Trent Brown. Obviously, Denzel Good. Listed with thumb/illness. So Denzel Good will be good to go. Josh Jacobs with his hip. You already saw him getting worked on. His leg was probably tight, but that hip's got to be banged up. Nick Kwiatkowski, we're not going to see him for probably a couple more weeks. And then Darren Waller with the knee. I'm sure that'll be good to go too. A lot of people in a panic because Jacobs and Waller were held out today. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Those guys know the drill. They know the system. They know what their assignments are. Again, they got that long flight. They're just trying to get these bodies to recoup on the short week and go in there. Roll in there. They were at the walkthrough on Wednesday, so they're scheduled to play in this game. They wouldn't be there if not. Somebody else would be taking those walkthroughs if we didn't expect them to play. Limited availability. Brian Edwards with his foot. That's concerning to me. Henry Ruggs, knee, hamstring, and then tackle Sam Young. That's very concerning to me with the groin. Again, Sam Young's going to be out, but limited. So maybe he's working his way back. Full availability was Jonathan Abram. He had a little work being done on his shoulder, but he was full. Damon Arnett, again, wrist, thumb. Corey Littleton, shoulder. Carl Nassib, Hunter Renfro, and John Simpson. So all guys that we've been asking to step up and come in here also already nicked up. But it doesn't look like any surprises as far as outs on Sunday. I'd be really shocked to see any of these guys being completely held out. But again, expect to see more of it, more work on the sidelines. A little bit more, what do they do? Little Mr. Miyagi on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying? Bonsai. Get in there, man.
I said like a sobadora, bro. I'm like, that's what Trent Brown needs, bro. He needs a sobadora to work that leg, bro, to get his ass back on the goddamn field, bro.
Let's look at the transactions for this week so far. Incognito, as you guys know, plays on the injured reserve. The communication from the team is that this is temporary. Expect Incognito back maybe in 3 weeks' time. They're just going to buy them some time. They did elevate guard Patrick. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Yeah, we'll just call him Patrick to the active roster. I doubt you're going to see him play, but he's going to be in there as a backup in case anything goes sideways. Javen White was reverted back to the practice squad, so he was elevated last week for the Monday night game and went back. Did you guys see if White got any snaps in that Monday night game? I didn't happen to notice that. Maybe special teams or something?
I heard he was on special teams. I was trying to look for his number, but I didn't see there was a lot of commotion going on, especially with the cameras. But
right,
he was out there for the special teams, and I think he was out there for a couple snaps.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right.
Yeah,
well,
same thing. That's what I heard.
Okay.
And then that other guy that we elevated, I think his name is Omami or some shit.
Omami, yeah.
Umami.
Umami.
I'll just call him Omames, bro.
No mames way. Patrick No Mames way. I told you guys I'd show you the One Nation fan wear Tecmo bow hat. Pretty clean. Look at that. You know what that is. That's Mr. Untouchable right there in Tecmo Bowl. Also available in a t-shirt, also available the gray bill. So a lot of these styles that we show you, again, it's a lifestyle brand. It's meant to mix and match, everything coordinated. So make sure you check it out. I'm a big fan of the hats though, man. So I like looking at the hats. You see these cool truck caps now he's got up there. So, and if you're a big fan of the
I'm telling you, I'm still waiting on my pillaging on that champion freaking fawn or whatever.
Yeah.
That pillaging hat, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna look clean.
It is going to look clean. Of course, you got the Tecmo Bow shirt. And then back by popular demand, I know you guys have been waiting for it, is this Rock with the Nation t-shirt, this Nation Tour shirt. Of course, it does not have the schedule on the back. That was limited edition to last year. That was a farewell to Oakland concert t-shirt. Y'all should have picked it up when you had the chance. I got mine. It's still clean. We got the popular Bones Brigade design back on the site. I love that. Johnny, bring the other one back too, bruh. That's my one right there. And then you got your standard One Nation fanwear designs. These are like your stable. This is the core line right here. You're going to want to check all this stuff out. Those of you that are listening and not watching, just do me a favor, onenationfanwear.com. And one of my personal favorites, probably the next one I'm going to pick up, is this swaggering boisterously shirt in the Thrasher format. So got a little something for the skaters out there too. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I've gotten so many hit ups for that shirt. They'll be like, yo, wait, hold on. Yo, that's badass. That's a Raider shirt. And I'll be like, that's right. Shit. Your boy Johnny, dog. He comes like that, dog. He comes at you on Ninja, bro. You think one thing and bah.
I was wearing
upside the dome.
I was wearing that champion style disc golf hat on the show a couple weeks ago, and as Johnny was watching the live stream, just got the inspiration and designed that whole pillaging scheme right there while we were on the air. So that's how Johnny works, man. He's an artist first and foremost, and he's trying to get this business from the ground up, and he's doing it for you guys. You know, there's been other independent Raiders companies out there putting out gear, and they've been solid for a long time. You know what? I'm telling you, he's coming for that spot, man. Johnny O's coming for your spot, bro. Stevie B, watch out. You know,
Stevie B, watch your back.
Johnny O's coming for that spot. In fact, I think Johnny O's already got it, man. He's got some of the dopest Raider gear in the nation. Of course, if you want the original Pillaging podcast logo on a t-shirt, you can hit up our longtime friend, DC4LCustomTees.com. Hey, we're all friends here. Again, it's not competition, it's conversation. This is Raider Nation.
Hey, he also got me this shirt, too.
Yeah, he did. It's hot. And pick up that Lucille shirt, too. Lucille should be making an appearance on the Pillaging podcast here in a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. We got to get her back on the show. That's our sister right there. Lucille, the character, as you know, was born on the Pillaging podcast. And that's not us claiming anything. That's just us celebrating family. That's all it is, man.
That's right. Kenny was right there to accept the baby. And like he's like, hey! And, you know, he actually called an audible before Lucille was born.
That's it.
And that's how Lucille was born, dude, because of an audible, dude. Like, Kenny was like...
Said Mark
Cindy
Davis.
Gruden, Tiger Woods, Cindy Gruden, Tiger Woods.
Mark Davis' mom. Mark Davis' mom.
Mark Davis's mom. I thought that was me, bro. I thought I was the only one that heard that.
You guys heard that, Dude, we were watching the game. I thought he said Mark Davis balls, bro. And I was like, for real, dog? There, car.
Mark Davis' hair next time, dog.
You ain't walking back into church with that in your mouth, bro. But yeah, it was Mark Davis's mom. Carol Davis, man. Shout out to Carol Davis, man. She got to be sent back watching on this whole move and this giant stadium and this resurgence. Props.
She lit the torch that day.
Yep.
Bro. She lit the torch, the new and improved torch. So shout out Carol Davis, man. It's good to see that she's hanging in there, man. She's doing okay. And
One Nation Fanwear just informed us new art dropping all season. So I know he's got a lot of stuff up his sleeve that he's been waiting on. So he's a timing guy, and I appreciate that. You guys got anything else to say before we get out of here, man? Because I think that's it for the show.
Nah, man. Hey, listen, it's been another good one, and I feel very confident, man, going into this week. And I'm sure that everybody else in Raider Nation is feeling really good about this game too, man. This is our get back, bro. This is our chance to get back, and I need get back, okay? Because my lady's stepfather is a fucking Patriots fan, bro. Okay, so I can't have a loss. All right, I need this victory because I don't need anybody running their goddamn mouths when I step foot in that house over there, right?
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to walk in there, and I just need to walk in with a smile and be like, "Were you gonna say something? Wait,
What's that?
what was that?
What's that now?
Tom Brady? Huh?
Che gonna be over there every day, dog. Shit.
Che's gonna be like Dr. Evil. He's gonna be like,
I'm just gonna go over there. I'm just gonna go over there and hand deliver their mail every day, bro. Every day for the week. Just be like,
Bro.
hey, I found this outside. Those Patriots do it.
oh man, that's cold. Bobby, what you got to say before we get out of here, man?
Nothing, everybody. Just same as always. Make sure that you guys enjoy yourselves, enjoy this week, but at the same time, be mindful that this ain't no pushover game. So, be happy about it, but don't be too over generous with your happy thoughts. But hey, that's just me. In the end, I say one thing and I say, you know what? Fuck all you motherfuckers and this and that. Especially to all these bitch ass Niner fans around here. That's right. I don't care that you won. Shit. Hurt ass motherfuckers.
Man, I think these guys said it best.
Petty, I'm sorry.
Took the words out of my mouth, Bobby. Give them hell, Raider Nation. If you live out on the East Coast, I know we got a lot of listeners out there. Hey, show out this week. Fly your colors all week long. It's not about just Sunday. It's about all week. Raider Nation is a mind state. It is a mentality. It is a lifestyle. It is a religion, dare I say. There's only one nation in this world, and it's the Raider Nation. Let them Patriots fans know out there. You some bitch motherfuckers. You know it was a fumble. Your dynasty was created by a referee. Sit your bitch ass down, motherfucker. Time is now. We're coming back for that crown, dog. We're coming back for that crown. Seats wide open. It's time to take the throne.
Right.
Let's get after it, man. Silver and black all day. Real men wear black. Hey, until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always by
Your boy Che.
And Bobby Wasabi.
Go Raiders. We out here. Peace.
Red.